So I woke up and was thinking we have the world that we live in is one that is subject to various monopolies under state hegemony. Those monopolies, the way that I frame them in my work, are violence, terror, and morphological expression. So, keeping that in mind, violence comes from Max Weber. The state has a monopoly of violence through the territories that it controls, and any other violence is illegitimate. Then you have terror, and the monopoly of terror, terror being the kissing cousin of force, per Robert Asprey. War in the Shadows. It speaks to guerrilla warfare, and terror being something that is controlled by the state in a similar way, but that it can't monopolize. And the same goes for violence, of course. Violence is something that the state will sort of foist onto workers that it calls terrorists and then persecute them accordingly. But those two monopolies are impossible. The third is morphological expression, which I essentially express as monsters and sex. There are monopolies of violence, terror, and morphological expression that are modular but often convey as monsters through the policing of sex, as something that the state needs to survive. The state can't survive without sex. And through monopolies of violence and terror, vis a vis Asprey and Weber, my own arguments are that sex is policed through force. And it often presents itself as the whore, something to persecute, and also sort of sow the seeds of fear in the minds of the public in ways that lead to the enemy is out there, the enemy is a foreign plot, but the enemy is also within. The barbarians are at the gate, but the call is coming from inside the house. And the state will use these contradictions to move money through nature, abroad, and at home. The imperial boomerang being when the chickens come home to roost. So, just some food for thought as you're dealing with fascism during Pride year round is that the state doesn't control these things, and we can take hold of them and use them ourselves versus the state, punching up instead of punching down.